We're back. It's DB Creates. We've just been talking this whole time. I don't know if you're going to catch all of this. All right, cool.
Yeah, so we are now up with round 2, or yeah, it's not round 2. Tournament 1.
Yeah, tournament series 1.
Tournament series 1. So the first tournament, Chris whooped Mo.
Yes.
Just like whooped him.
It was not particularly close. It was
not
particularly
at
close.
all close. But now we have Neil versus Lewis, and they are friends. So I hope, or maybe they're not. I don't know. I think they're friends.
I would assume. I don't think you invite someone out to get.
He could be a friend of a friend.
That is true. That is true.
Yo, what's up? This is Neil here playing Tekken 8 today. I'm gonna try not to get washed. I've been playing on PlayStation for the past week, and now it's Xbox. I don't know what I'm doing. I gotta get adjusted. I'm playing with Law, Bruce Lee copy as usual, and yeah, I don't know, my strat to just try and land the stuff I was doing at home, to be honest. So we gonna see what we can do. Hopefully I don't get washed or look like a clown too bad, but it is what it is, I guess.
What's up? It's your boy Lewis. I'm gonna main my boy Raven, and you know I'm about to go in there and start mashing. We're gonna mash, have fun, and maybe pass around. Bro. I don't know.
That's true.
And so, does Neil have Tekken 8?
Neil does.
And
Neil
so-
is like me. We have both been playing on PS5.
Oh, so but you did say that there's different buttons for PS5 versus Xbox, right?
The only real difference in the buttons is how they feel and the size of the controller.
Okay.
But
So
the button layout basically is still the
Same
same.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see who Neil and Lewis shoot.
Okay, so we have a Raven player and we have a Law player. So Raven is a ninja.
Okay.
We have a black ninja who with blonde hair on the screen.
It could happen. I don't know where, but it could happen.
So Raven versus Law.
He does not look black right there. Oh no, he's black. He real black.
He was actually not in the previous game. So he was in Tekken 6. They
Well-
didn't put him in Tekken 7, and then they put him in Tekken 8.
What was he in Tekken 6?
He was the same, but the story reason why they didn't include him in Tekken 7 is he went to go train. And so they used his Master Raven,
Okay.
who's a woman. And she basically had all of the same moves and played exactly the same. She just replaced him as the character.
So she's not in this.
She is not, no. But it looks like Raven has been beaten. So Law took game 1. Neil with the launcher. Okay.
Neil is going
a
in.
good combo. Neil said, I'm putting this fighting game experience to use. Okay. Whoa. So Law is actually based off of Bruce Lee.
Does Bruce Lee's family get copyright?
That's a great question. I
royalty
know
something?
that the family has been very appreciative of the recreation of him, basically. They think it's really faithful to like a lot of the kung fu movies that made him famous and everything. And he's also just a really beloved character.
Yeah.
So, but as we see, Raven has engaged Heat, the new mechanic, but he has been launched. Okay. You know, sometimes you just gotta push some buttons.
Just hope for the best.
Doesn't really seem like a lot of blocking is happening.
No.
But that's a round for Raven. So round 4, gave himself some space and got hit. Okay. A launch.
I don't know what is happening. I just see him getting hit a lot. Oh, what is
I
that
don't-
circle thing? That was-
Yes. Okay. So surprisingly, still, this game is. While I do think that Law's gonna win, it's technically not over.
Oh,
it's over now.
right.
But with the comeback mechanics in this game, such as heat and rage arts, and just the amount of recoverable health, games can go in a lot of ways. But we now have the Black Ninja on the screen. Shout out Raven. And so, okay. And there's a nice throw that was not broken. So in this game, another throw that was not broken. So I think also it's important to note that Tekken is a highly technical fighting game. So knowing frame data is kind of important. And so fighting games are usually divided into what are known as frames.
Okay.
Very similar to film, there are 60 frames in a second, but moves are also noted in frames. So there's the amount of startup that a move takes, which will be an X amount of frames. And so usually it's important to know that just so that you know how you can punish it. Because if a move is going to be 15 frames or 16 frames, you want to throw out a move that's faster.
Right.
But also it requires knowing positioning and blocking, and frame data changes based off of if a move hit or if it's blocked or if you bounced off the ground, as we just saw.
Yeah. So can you hit a person while they're down? No?
Yes, you can hit a person while they're down. The only time you can't really hit a person is if they're blocking. But even then, not all blocks block all moves. So if you are crouching and blocking, you can be hit with what is known as a mid. If you are standing and blocking, you can be hit with what is known as a low. And if you're not blocking at all, you can just get hit with high.
Okay.
Oh, and I should probably say that the body is segmented into 3 parts in Tekken. Anything below the belt, usually a low. Anything between the belt and usually the torso, that's usually a mid. And anything that hits the head is usually a high.
So like boxing.
Yeah. But it looks like Neil is
Neil's
2-1.
Yeah, Law is just winning.
Yeah. Nice pokes, what they're called in fighting game. Long range moves where you want to test and see what you can do. Ooh. Okay. Okay. And so whenever a player gets launched up in the air and they do a little backflip that looks really cinematic, it looks like Neil just won though. But
Good job, Law.
yeah. So now the final will be Yoshi versus Law. And while I do not know Chris as well as I know Neil, we're still rooting for Yoshi over here.
Okay, but do you honestly, by the way, watching them play, who do you think is actually going to win by talent and skill? Not the
I feel
character.
like it depends on a lot of things, because in Tekken, it's still about matchups. So you could be really good at the game and not know how to beat a certain character and get
Oh, that's
beat
a
up
good
really
point.
bad.
I didn't think about that.
And so I think we'll get a feel of them after like the first round. Of course, I'm rooting for Yoshi, but I could see Neil, playing really well.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be shocked, would not be shocked at all. Shouts out Chris. He got thrown into the bracket and he's doing pretty well. He's doing pretty well.